Have you ever wondered that love is always enough in a relationship? Because growing up as a child, I always felt that love is the only thing that is required in a relationship for it to sustain. But lately life has been teaching me a lot about relationships and love, and that's why I welcome you to the day 2 of the series Love Education that you and I never signed up for. So let's begin with what exactly I want to talk to you about today, which is all about what matters in a relationship apart from love. I have my diary with me so that I can just see out some pointers for all of you, and I can let you know the red flags or the mistakes that most of us are making, and we are normalizing those things. Even inside us, we know that these things are not normal to happen. So the first thing, apart from love, few things matter a lot. And if you are in a relationship, or if you have gone through a breakup, or wherever you are today, just make sure to write out what these things mean for you. Because as I said on the day 1 also, what means to me might not mean for you, and what means to you might not mean for me. So the first thing is consistency. If a person loves you, they are anyways going to make time to show up for you on a daily basis in a consistent way. Because love with fluctuations, can it actually call love? Can we actually call it love? Not at all. It's something that maybe people are just using you, or they are just taking you for granted. So if the consistency in love is not there, I don't think it ever can survive. The second thing is, love is not just about the special days, like for example Valentine's Day or your birthday or any other special day. So I feel that in a relationship, if your partner is not showing up on a daily basis for you, why to even do those kind of dramas on special days or special treatments? Because they don't really feel to your heart. Because it's like, you or your partner, either of you can feel this way that, what, does it really matter? Like, what you have done, I appreciate that, but inside I just feel that if you can't choose me on a daily basis, I don't need this kind of treatment on just special days. The third thing is emotional availability. A very important point to be noted is, you need to understand what exactly happens when your partner is very emotional and maybe the other has a different kind of mindset. Like for example, sometimes we just need somebody to talk to us, and I'm here not specifically mentioning about romantic relationships. You can take any relationship. It's like, if we are friends, and if I'm saying you something and you're running away at that point of time, I would start feeling that I don't matter for you. Because I would feel that I'm coming to talk to you and you're not even talking to me. But maybe the other person just has this capacity, or the other person's language is like they are not able to absorb those things, and so they run away. Understanding this is a very crucial part in a relationship. Because it's like, I am talking, you are running away, or he or she is talking and I'm not even paying attention, I'm just blaming you, I'm playing the victim card. These things doesn't really matter. So emotional availability, specifically if you're a male watching this video, I really hope that you can treat your partner in a much better way when it comes to emotions. Because as far as I know, talking from a girl's perspective, a girl always needs reassurance, validation, the updates from you on a daily basis, or minute details of your day. And if you are not able to provide that, she would start feeling that she doesn't really matter. And specifically for girls over here, try to understand the love language of your partner. Because mutually these things really matter a lot when it comes to handling not just love, but these minute things which can actually help you to go a longer way. Next is safety. Apart from love, it's like, I love you, but you feel anxious, confused, insecure most of the times, it's not a healthy love. It's not healthy relationship where the other person feels anxious all the time, where the other person is dependent on you all the time. Because it's like, when you are in a relationship, you have to grow with each other. You have to point out each other's weaknesses and strengths and work on them. And if you are not doing that, that's again a red flag, I would say, because I feel dating is a topic which has just become so casual these days. People are not taking things seriously. People are just using other, whether it's a girl or a boy or anything I'm talking about. Just make sure, if you're watching this video, my first purpose is to help you get back to the seriousness that is required for a relationship. Because if that is not there, I don't think that relationship will ever survive, no matter how much both of you love each other. Next is reassurance. Reassurance, as I said, it's like, in a relationship, again, I would say it's very important to understand each other's wounds, so that you don't end up becoming the same person who does it. Like, I would like to share my experience in the upcoming days, not for now, but it's like you need to help the other person or understand each other by asking each other, what is something that hurts you, what is something that you never want me to do. Because again, as I said, love is not alone enough to survive if you are not even sure about what hurts the other person, so that you don't repeat it. Or even if you repeat it, you know how to handle the other person, so that she or he doesn't end up feeling the same way, that, oh my god, you know what, you are again a toxic person who has ended up doing the same thing. So again, understanding reassurance, understanding childhood wounds, understanding what hurts them, so that you don't end up doing these things, is very important. And I think this is where the real maturity actually happens, apart from all the intimacy that people talk about these days. Because see, I am somebody who wants to go in depth when it comes to relationships, and I don't feel that I have been through that experience where I felt the depth. Or even when people come to me and they talk to me on calls or in the offline world, this is something I hope, and I really hope, that we can contribute to such kind of relationships that actually nurture and not destroy someone from inside. Next is respect. Again, love without respect, without self-respect, isn't anything. So, like as I was saying, self-respect, I had to learn this concept so many times, because, somehow I always ended up becoming that person who would go always down in the relationship, and I would feel like, why does the other person not care to go ahead and take the initiative to sort out things? So, if you are specifically watching this, I just want you to know a very hard lesson which I learned recently. It's like, if I don't value myself, my partner will not even value me. And I think I have always somewhere devalued myself. Honestly sharing, I never really imagined, or I never really thought that this is the kind of relationship I want, or this is the kind of things I want in career, I know. But in relationships, or when it comes to the right support, the right people, I never sat down with myself. And that's why I think I had to go through everything that I went through, just to learn the value of myself, so that I can start choosing myself over the people who keep on hurting me again and again. So if you're watching this, again, a very important lesson in the love, today's topic, day 2, is, if you can't value yourself, and if the other person can't value you in a consistent way, or if there's no respect but there's only love, and that's not even something that you can feel, that's a very clear sign for you to move on. That's a very clear sign to either communicate and sort out things, or for your own sanity and for your own peace, leave the other person. It would break your heart, but it will actually bring peace to their and your soul. So now that I've given you the foundation of what exactly it means when it comes to love alone is not enough in a relationship, let's understand some of the mistakes that we feel are normal but they are actually not normal. The first is confusing love with tolerance. Of course जब आप relationship में होते हो तो हम सबकी एक expectation होती है. Like if you and me are in a relationship, for example, I will have this expectation from you that if I'm loving you for who you are, you love me for who I am. If I'm putting efforts in the relationship, I expect you to maybe not be the same like me 100%, but at least be 10%, at least be 20%, at least be 50%, right? And somewhere I feel we keep on living in that kind of fantasy कि okay हो जाएगी वो change या हो जाएगा वो change. We keep on living in that possibility. But can I ask you a very realistic question that someone asked me recently? It was like, if the person is not changing today, why are you even creating that possibility that your love will bring a difference in their life or in their behavior? A lot of times this may sound true, but if they wanted to, they would have. And it may sound a very rude way, or you may feel uncomfortable to hear this truth, but the people who go blind in love, you need to understand it really well, because जब आपकी आंखों पे वो पट्टी होती है ना, तो आप reality कभी नहीं देख सकते. And the moment you pull out that thing from your eyes and you see the person for who they are, that's when you realize that you have been patient all along just to get disappointed every single time. And if that's a very long disappointment, either talk it out, and if he or she is not changing, you already know what to do. The second is waiting for potential instead of accepting reality. I think I've already told it, but somewhere these two pointers are interconnected. As I mentioned on I think I really don't remember the day one, but yes, I said this thing in the video that I love you but I disrespect you. I love you but I'm not going to show up in consistent ways. I love you but I'm not going to put efforts. The efforts will depend according to my moods. If I want to, I will. If I don't want to, it's your choice. So, again, coming to the pointer of seeing the person as they are. Like, just ask yourself, one of the best things which I learned again recently was, whenever most of us, we are amazing when it comes to taking people out of their problems. Like, we are great advisors, but when it comes to us, we are not able to understand what exactly to do. So again, here, if you are in that kind of situation or phase in your life with any person, whether it's romantic relationship or any other relationship, I just want you to ask yourself, if your best friend was going through this, what would you advise them to do? You will get your answer, and try to implement that answer for your life. It would actually save you a lot of trauma in the longer run. The third mistake is ignoring our needs to keep the relationship. I don't really understand the fact when people say you have to adjust and you have to compromise, you have to sacrifice, you have to, if love is there, maybe it's okay if only one person is feeling that priority. That kind of concept never really suits me, or it never makes sense to me, because it's like when two people are coming together, isn't it their responsibility to take care of each other's needs? Like, if I know something is going to hurt you, why would I hurt you with that? If I know something is there which can actually make you happy, for me that smile in the relationship means the world to me, that I'm bringing happiness to your face. But if you are not valuing those needs, if you are always ending up being the person who is just shrinking with your expectations कि कोई नहीं यार चलता है, next time maybe वो busy होगा, maybe वो busy होगी, nobody is too busy that they can't even take out their phone and they can't even give you that 1 minute text. I don't feel that people are really busy. It's always about priorities. If you are not feeling a priority in the relationship, they will never make you feel that priority. So just make sure, first of all, before even you talk about needs, you should be clear what are your needs, what are your emotional needs, what are your physical needs, what are your mental support needs, what are your needs when it comes to relationship. What do you expect from your partner, what are the qualities you want in your partner. If you are clear on these things, universe will bless you with the right. But if you are just going all along without having the clarity in your mindset, congratulations, you yourself are putting yourself in that pit where you are going to suffer a lot, because clarity is everything when it comes to relationships also. Next is normalizing emotional inconsistency. The biggest red flag in a relationship is emotional inconsistency. Emotional inconsistency is like you don't show up on a daily basis, you don't give that person a priority, you don't make time for them. Even if you are making a time for them, those are just surface level things. You are not understanding the other person, you are not trying to really understand about their goals, about their dreams, about everything that they feel inside. Because if you cannot open yourself up to somebody you really love, that's not even a healthy relationship to be mentioned. Because if you are just shrinking, if you are always the one who is feeling like, okay, I am the one who is feeling or expecting too much, a lot of times what happens in a relationship is you talk it out and they end up playing the victim card. They tell you that it's your mistake, I didn't do a lot, or even if they are ready to accept the mistake, they would say ज़्यादा गलती आपकी थी, हमारी तो कोई गलती ही नहीं थी, and all of these things. So if you are going through that phase in your relationship or in your life, don't normalize it. It's not healthy for you if you are experiencing emotional inconsistency, because I feel personally this is something that matters to me the most when it comes to a relationship. And of course, the fifth mistake which I would highly mention, because a lot of us are living in this fifth mistake, staying because of fear and not love. And this fear is of loneliness, this fear of being judged, this fear is of fear of starting again. See, anything in life is not easy to start again. If you have been in a relationship for years, you would actually not have the courage to love someone ever again like that, because you would always have this thing that I loved someone with my pure heart and they ended up hurting me the most. It's not easy, but also staying there will never make a difference for them or for you. They will never get to learn your value in their life, and you will never get to learn how to take a stand for yourself. So if you are someone who is suffering a lot, just make sure to ask yourself, are you really operating from a place of love, or have you gone through a stage where you are just done from inside and you feel like, I'm just staying because maybe I have a fear of what they will think about me. Maybe I have a fear of, not being that person for them who they will actually update every single day. Ki, this is what I'm doing. This is what my life looks like. It's completely fine to be alone rather than to be with someone who doesn't even know how to value you properly, how to love you properly, because you, my friend, deserves to be treated like a princess or a king. And if somebody is not making you feel that, leave them. It's fine. Sometimes it's okay to be the worst person in someone's story for them to become the best for their future partner and for you to become the best for yourself. So I hope that I could help you to understand a very important lesson on the day too. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, I would love for all of you to let me know your comments, your thoughts in the comments below. If you have any questions related to whatever I talked about in the video, or if there is anything you want me to mention in the upcoming series, please make sure to let me know either on Instagram DMs or my WhatsApp groups or in the YouTube comments here. I would love to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Make sure that you like, share and subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye.